Hello, I think it's recording. Hey, it's me. I'm back. First time in, about a month now. Maybe it's only been 3 weeks. I don't know. It's been quite a while since the last update. And, there's a lot that I could go over, a lot that I should go over. And there's a lot of me self-pitying right now. But, yeah, anyway, I've been contemplating the purpose of this channel, first and foremost. And I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this. I mean, to be totally honest, these life updates, when I first began it all, it was intended to be just a way for me to babble on about nothing in particular and just use it as a way to track my vocal progress as I go through this transitional phase. And it's kind of self-serving, but I do occasionally go back and review my old videos, from early on, and compare them with the more recent ones. And I gotta say, I'm not really seeing the kind of progress I'd hoped for, as far as vocal changes, and my confidence in how I speak, things of that nature. So, whether or not I continue this into the new year, it's really up in the air. Um, it's just one of those things where I started out as it's kind of a pet project of mine. Thought it'd be a fun way to chronicle my journey, and I guess it's mostly achieved that, from that perspective. But seeing this lack of progress as far as how things are looking or sounding from right in here, it's left me really disheartened. Like, I really don't want to keep going on like this. If this is all I'm going to get out of it, just more and more dysphoria. So, with that being said, I may do one more before the end of the year. Probably will. Probably going to get bored on over the Christmas holiday. But no promises, okay? Uh, yeah. So lately, my free time has been dominated, and I've had a lot of free time, for better or for worse. Since October began, I've had a fuck ton of free time. Uh, Playing, and I've been spending most of that playing Monster Hunter Wilds, um, guilty pleasure, whatever, and binge watching random DVDs of anime or even TV series I used to like, whatever. But yeah, nothing really productive as far as being creative, which has been, kind of a thorn in my side, especially after I pulling up the money, to pay an artist for some digital renderings of my character, the main protagonist of my first book, and she did an amazing job on it, and I was really glad to see what I got back. And if you want to look her up, she's Dreamy Witch over on Facebook. Great artist, puts out a lot of high quality shit, and she's actually the one that created my channel avatar. The one that you see right, on the channel here, as well as the playlist thumbnail for these life updates. Um, so yeah, there's precedent to work from, and she did some work for me. It's just kind of I forgot what it was. I just kind of wanted to see what she could do with images of me, and putting her own twist on them. Back a couple of years ago, they were. Actually, I used one of those as my channel avatar a couple of years ago, so I've been very satisfied with the results. So yeah. Um, Anyway, so I've been wanting to get back, I've been wanting to put more effort into the writing process, getting Rex's story crafted and then tempered and just really finally making it something real instead of just these bits and pieces that I've written out. But inspiration comes at the worst possible times, and I'm usually not in a position to actually do any work, any writing on it. Then by the time I do, I actually have time for the writing. Um, yeah, I have no inspiration. It's all done. So that's life in a nutshell right now. But yeah, I was off all week from work last week because we have vacation time, and if you don't use it by the end of the year, you lose it. So I had 36 hours of vacation time left. No, 48 hours vacation time left. So I used four 4 days worth of vacation time all at once. Now I've got none. But it refreshes in January, so it's all good. Just hope I don't wind up using all the sick time again in January like I did last year. God, that was terrible. Yeah, midway through January, I wound up in the fucking hospital because I had such a severe case of influenza plus pneumonia. Yeah, so that was fun. And of course, I had one that was like, 15, 20 below outside, so yeah, that was wonderful. Um, yeah, so around the homestead, well, got the cat prowling around somewhere, being annoying as always, being demanding, being a needy cat. And she's going to be a thorn in my side coming up in March. But she won't be the biggest thorn in my side. So I'm not going to be hiding it, but I'm currently scheduled for my second surgery in the middle of March. So that'll take care of everything that remains. Um, as far as what I can get done via insurance. Anything beyond that, I'll have to pulling up the cash on my own, unfortunately. Which there's a lot that I want to do, but finances being what they are, the options are limited. I don't know. Did I ever go over with the first surgery? What the totals came out to that on? So I took all the insurance claims that I processed, and thankfully they were all paid in full. But I tallied everything up, and just for that outpatient procedure, everything ran just shy of $40,000. So pretty, that's pretty nuts, right? That's just for I think it was like a 90-minute procedure, maybe less than that. Because yeah, that day I was into the hospital by it was like 5:30 a.m. It was when I actually left the parking garage and went inside the medical building. Got checked in at 5:45, and I was back out the door by 11:30. So not bad for surgery. Um, However, this time around, last time I checked, the insurance was still covering it. They actually sent me this really weird approval letter about 2 months ago. Really weird, giving me basically an infinite uh, approval date range, which usually they give it for like half a year is all. But I gotta get in touch with them and find out what's going on there. But assuming that approval does not change, I will be covered for all the medical expenses related to it this time around too. So, hooray! But Between now and then, I've got other appointments I gotta make and I gotta keep. And I gotta drive out to Rochester a few times, see the surgeon beforehand, get some blood work done out down there. Probably see him a second time beforehand. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just one trip because it's like 2.5 hours one way. Uh, and a couple other visits I gotta do online. It's a lot of shit to deal with. Thank God for out of pocket maximums with your insurance. But yeah, so I think the part that I'm most not looking forward to, apart from the initial recovery, is they send a prescription over to the pharmacy, right? And I pull it up and I'm looking at it. It's like it's really weird name, so I look it up online and I find out that fuck, this is the same shit that they use for colonoscopy preparation. And I thought, I was hoping when I first saw that maybe it was intended as, as getting a head start on my, the colonoscopy that I should be getting scheduled for this coming spring. But I picked it up, I checked the prescriber, and sure enough, it is my surgeon that prescribed it. Which means the night before the procedure, I'm gonna have to sit there and drink this full gallon of god awful, horrid tasting, nasty bullshit that makes you shit and shit and shit and shit. Just mere hours before the biggest operation of my life. God, I am not looking forward to that at all. And what's worse is I'm probably going to be doing this at my friend's place because she'll be taking me down there that morning, the next morning, and she'll be the one who I'm staying with for a couple weeks afterward. So it's like, well, this is gonna be god awful. But I guess if I just gotta, deal with it, and somehow choke my way through it, and come out the other side, then hey, it's gonna be worth it. But just that day before it all goes down, it's gonna be so fucking miserable. Not to say that the recovery period is gonna be a bitch and a half too, but hope it won't be so nearly so embarrassing. Anyway, enough talk about that. I'll have more details when things draw nearer, but yeah, 8 weeks recovery time for this is what they're telling me right now. So it's going to be a lot of downtime doing nothing. Oh, I got to show these off. I got myself new slippers. They are. I hope I got that in frame. I really can't tell because I'm blind without my glasses on. But anyway, please tell me that I did keep things PG-13 at least. um, yeah, so other developments in life. Well, got the tax bill for 2025 for my property taxes, and surprise, surprise, the city did not include the repavement project as a part of what I owe this year, which surprised the hell out of me seriously because I figure when they say that it'll be on the tax bill the year following the work being done. I figured that meant for for this year. I guess it'll be for next year though. But this year was bad enough as it was because they revalued the property and they found that the value increased by about 95% over last year. So, so I was expecting a massive increase in my property taxes. Still, they went up 20% over last year, so it still hurts a bit, but not as bad. At least I have some money going into the new year. Maybe I can start putting it toward the new car fund or the get shit fixed around here fund. It seems like every time I turn around, I got something else I got fixed around here, but I just don't know where to start getting it all fixed. Got electrical work that needs doing in the living room, in the kitchen. I got electrical work that needs doing in the spare bedroom. I probably need mold remediation in the spare bedroom too, but God knows how much that's going to cost me. I need to do something about the plumbing leaks. I seem to have both toilets have leaks in the flappers. I know those would be real simple fixes, but the one downstairs, oh dear God, it's not the typical just blip blip flapper. It's one of these tower type that has like it's just a thing in the middle. It goes straight up, straight down. I replaced the seal on that one a couple years ago, and that did nothing. Still leaks like a motherfucker, so I've got to replace the tower itself. But anyway, like you really give a shit about my my home maintenance issues. I gotta put more shelving. I've been collecting more figurines again, and the shelving that I put up over the summer, it's all been used up. I've got nowhere else to go with any of it. With any of the figurines because well, I need more space than what I got. But yeah, anyway. And of course, there's the manga that I keep buying and buying and buying, and I'm out of space on the bookshelves there, so I gotta do something with that too. It's just never ending. Um, but yeah, and I've been rambling on quite a bit here about really nothing in particular, but I haven't done this in so long that I've kind of forgotten how to effectively navigate this whole thing. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I was at work all night, 12 hours there. Then I had to shovel as soon as I got home because we got about an inch of snow out there on the sidewalks. And the HOA does not send anybody out to do shoveling until you got 3 inches of snow. Plus, I didn't shovel after the last snowfall, so the driveway was all filled up from the night before. So yeah, I had to do that before I even got inside. And then I come in and I look and I realize that, oh, yeah, I forgot to close the microwave door last night before I left. I guess you're wondering, our microwave is still fully functional if the light bulb goes out? Or is that light bulb crucial in some way or other? I don't know, I'm sure it doesn't really matter, but still. Well, it's one of the things that I think about, because you only see a light go on when you open the door or when it's actually being used. But yeah, it stayed on for what was it, about 13 hours, 14 hours straight. So yeah, oops on my part. Oh yeah, speaking of oops, um, at work we had our year-end reviews before I went on my week off, and actually, as it turned out, I received a glowing review. Aside from the one major misstep over the summer. Unfortunately, I believe it's company policy that if you have the kind of violation that I did, you're ineligible for a pay raise. So, despite the glowing review, I'm going to be stuck at the same pay rate for another year, which sucks because I'd like to have a cost of living increase. Thankfully, I'm not living with my finances stretched too much at present, so I can at least absorb the hit for a little while longer. But still, it's it's not good. It's not good. I'm losing out on that 3%. Anyway, I think that's about it for me. Really can't think of anything else. I mean, I've been trying my best to keep my chin up as far as dealing with being who and what I am under this current administration, as they call it. I call it a regime because, well, obvious reasons. But I'm so fucking tired of everything. Honestly, if the Fat Orange blob in the White House drops dead tomorrow, I'll go buy some fancy booze and get drunk to celebrate. I'd celebrate even harder if the couch fucker was done into along with the most diehard supporters of that thing. But I can't be that lucky. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now before I get into any real trouble. So I will possibly see you later. If not, well, if this winds up being the end of my vlog updates, my life updates, well, it's it's been an experience. Hopefully, you all have great holidays and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Solstice, which we're in the middle of right now, I believe. Crap, I'm sorry, I can't think of others. I'm drawing a blank here. Just, okay. There's like a billion holidays happening this time of year, so whichever one you're celebrating, I hope it's a good one. I hope that you celebrate it well and with people that you actually like to be around. And, or if you're like me and you just don't feel like celebrating, well, I'll be right there not celebrating with you. Anyway, maybe I'll see you. Maybe I'll see you around. Otherwise, I'll just be doing the occasional gaming clip. And with that, this is me signing off.